So today is the Fever against the Aces game. What's going to be a massive, massive game, obviously, is now going to be even bigger. Before we get on, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 16,000 subscribers by the end of the day. If we could do that, that would be absolutely incredible. But anyway, if you've not seen, the Aces have moved their game against the Fever to the T-Mobile Arena, expanding the seating capacity from 12,000 to 8. That's by 50%, not 33%. This will be reducing it by 33%, but you're expanding 12,000 to 18,000 is expanding by 50%, but it makes no odds. But it says here, Tick Pick, which I don't know what it is, says best price on tickets. I'm guessing it's a ticket reseller. Reports that ticket sales for this game have doubled compared to the total tickets sold for both games 1 and 2 of the WNBA finals in Vegas. So, they couldn't sell out. They couldn't sell out game 1 and 2. But yet, they're having to bring it to a bigger arena. A bigger arena for just a regular season, good old regular season game between a really decent team and a pretty bad team. So let's see the comments. Caitlin Clark changing women's basketball. Caitlin's the face of the league as a rookie. I agree. And again, it's not a knock on A'ja Wilson, because you know what? All the fans that are here that are wanting to see this game to watch Caitlin Clark, you know what? They're probably, maybe not all of them are going to stay for A'ja Wilson, but they are going to come out of this game knowing what A'ja Wilson's name is. That's all I'm going to say. Like, you don't come out of an Aces game and not know what her name is. There was a game, what was the game last week? They played someone last week and they weren't great. It might have been the Mystics or something, but neither of them were great. Neither her or Plum were great. Either way, though, this is big for basketball. This is going to be really, really big for basketball because, like, we have had, in the last, 10 days? In the last 10 days, we have had Clark versus Reese, Clark versus Taurasi, Clark versus Wilson. We've had what are 3 of the biggest games we're ever going to see. Especially the first time they play. And you might be saying, oh, this isn't the first time that she's played A'ja Wilson. It's the first real time she's played A'ja Wilson. Because the first time they played, this Fever team looked like they couldn't play basketball. Like, they were on a back-to-back. They looked like they were struggling, that had forgotten how to play the sport of basketball at times. But, like, it is what it is. This is the first time where there's real hype, because now the Fever are starting to play. They're starting to play. But it is crazy, though, when we're looking at these ticket costs. I want to actually see what the ticket prices are. What is it? Fever versus Aces. I'm just going to see the tickets. I just want to see what the tickets cost for this game. So, on Ticketmaster, I'm guessing, I don't know if you can see. Like, there are still tickets available for this game. In fairness, there are still tickets available for this game on Ticketmaster. It is $200. You're paying $150 for nosebleed seats for a WNBA game. And the only reason there's free tickets is because they only changed the venue yesterday. They changed the venue yesterday. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And I want to see what the prices of these tickets are on SeatGeek. Indiana Fever at Las Vegas Aces. On SeatGeek, it is in fairness, it is $1,500 for courtside, which is to be expected. It's like great deal. I'm not gonna lie, like so you're paying about $250 for a seat. I'm looking at SeatGeek. In the nosebleeds, you're paying a little bit less, but like this is a price that they're going to probably sell out at or be thereabouts, which is crazy. You're paying this amount of money for a WNBA game. And like, to put it into perspective, I went to see Luka Doncic's last El Clasico. The last game he ever played against Barcelona for Real Madrid. I went to the last ever Luka Doncic El Clasico. I sat courtside with my dad. I paid €250 a ticket. I paid €250 to watch what we thought was going to be the number 1 pick at the time play his last ever game in the Real Madrid versus Barcelona. Like, it is crazy. It is crazy what people are paying to see Caitlin Clark. And you've got to admit, even the biggest Caitlin Clark haters, you've got to admit that as far as like everything she's doing, like interacting with the crowd, staying behind for autographs, like making sure that she's there as long as possible and actually putting on a show for the crowd, you can't deny that she's doing it. You really can't. Even if you are the single biggest Caitlin Clark hater, you cannot deny that if you are a Caitlin Clark fan and you bring your kid to watch Caitlin Clark play, you're going to get your money's worth. And I think one of the biggest reasons why Caitlin Clark is selling tickets are the amount of men who have daughters that their daughters are suddenly interested in the sport, especially because of her. And that is the first time, like, everybody's for years was talking about how it wasn't even the problem of men that the WNBA weren't getting viewers. Most of the viewership was for the WNBA was men. And it does seem like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese as well, to be fair, like, they are the first real female players that have managed to build up a audience of like young kids, especially Caitlin Clark, because kids that aren't really interested in sports, like, for example, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, like a Ronaldinho in football. Like, as kids, we all loved Ronaldinho because he did all the tricky skills, even though obviously Cristiano Ronaldo became one of the best players in history. When he was young, he was just this guy doing step-overs and all the kids loved him for that reason. And that's the thing with Caitlin Clark. She's shooting the ball from really far away. She's shooting the ball, and like when you watch Caitlin Clark play and she shoots above the halfway line, you're just in awe. And it's just showing in these ticket sales that, look, she is the biggest draw this sport has ever seen from a women's perspective. And look, does that mean, is she automatically Rookie of the Year because she's the biggest draw? No. Is she automatically MVP, like some people are saying, because she's the biggest draw? Is she the most valuable player to the league? Yeah, obviously. But at the same time, like, so were some players in the NBA in the past and they weren't given MVP as rookies. Either way, though, this is going to be a fun game. The best thing for everyone is that this is a good game. The best thing for everyone is that Caitlin Clark goes and balls out. It's a close game, and AJ Wilson also balls out. Kelsey Plum balls out. Jackie Young balls out. The best thing for everyone is that this is a good game. If this is a blowout, it doesn't help anyone. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens as well in this game with Kate Martin. Whether or not she's going to play, whether or not she's going to be play 6 minutes, whether or not she's going to be tasked early with guarding Caitlin Clark, because she did a good job of it. She knows what to expect. She knows the tendencies of Clark. So it's going to be an interesting one. Obviously, crazy how it's been expanded to an 18,000 seater stadium. But anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.